Hello guys, welcome to the Mainframe Guru YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss COBOL DB2 compilation process, which is one most important interview question. We use two type of program. One is uh, one is COBOL program, which is normal, and second is COBOL plus DB2. Okay. So when we have only normal COBOL program, what we do, we follow this process only. This process. Okay. Like first we have COBOL program and we use the compiler IGYCRCTL. Okay. Through that, this compiler convert the our COBOL program into the object module. Okay, and this is like this COBOL program will convert into object module, and then there is a link edit process which will convert this object module and including sub program as well, sub program as well if they are linked to the main program. So it will convert that into main load module. Okay, then we will execute our JCL. But today we have COBOL plus DB2 program. So how it has the process. So in COBOL, first we write the COBOL plus DB2 program. Then we have one pre-compiler which is one extra DSN HPC, which is pre-compiler. So what it do? It actually separate the our COBOL statement with timestamp and db2 SQL statement with timestamp in at different location. So like our SQL statement will store, SQL executable statement will store into DBRM library. So what is DBRM? It's a database request module in which there is SQL statement, SQL executable statement. Okay, then we have bind process. We bind the SQL statement through the IKGFT01 utility, or you can say 1A 1B in place of 01. Okay, then our bind JCL will create the package and convert it into the executable plan. So we will use the this plan into our JCL along with the load module. So our JCL will check the timestamp of both both load module plus plan. If they are match, it will execute successfully. If they are not match, what will happen? It will throw -818 SQL code. Okay, let's discuss it in brief. What is pre-compiler DSNHPC? As the normal COBOL DB compiler can't understand the statement embedded between exec and exec, so we go for process called pre-compilation. Pre-compilation divide the COBOL DB2 program into each half. Like one is for COBOL and another is for bind statement. Okay, one half we get all the COBOL statement. Wherever it find the DB2 statement, it will replace the those statement with call statement. Means it will replace the DB2 statement with call statement. This is called a modify source code. What is modify source code? I will show you here. This will be called modified, one second, modified source code. okay, which have db2 call statement, db2 call statement. And now next, edge modifies source code contain only the COBOL statement, and db2 statement executable will store into the dbrm library. During the separation, pre-compiler pass a timestamp to load module and dbrm lib to maintain the integrity, correctness of data. So there is matter of timestamp as well, in between load module and our plan. So later the timestamp in dbrm will be stored in the plan. So next go to dbrm. What is dbrm stand for? It is a database request module where syntax free sql statements are stored. dbrm library is a user defined pds, and syntax free sql statement will be stored with the program name. BindJCL. In BindJCL, we make use of utility ikgft01. In place of 01, we can use 1a also and 1b also. Okay, input for BindJCL will be dbrm library. Like there is BindJCL. This is our BindJCL. So here we have used the dbrm library. So we will give here our dbrm library. During the bind process, it checks the authorization of the user to execute the query. It will check the user whether user have access to run the query or not. If user have access, then our bind JCL will execute successfully, otherwise not. So and the result, one second, if the user is authorized to execute, the query will be executed and result will be stored in the package, and package are not executable, so it convert the package into plan which is executable. Like there are some parameter DSN, like it is test parameter or production parameter we give there, and bind plan we give here plan name, and it's validate, it is used for control the object module. So here by default you have run, and another also option is there bind, but by default we use run. And in member we give dbrm member name, and in isolation, like it is used for lock duration, means how much time you want the lock on a table. So like there is cr, cursor, cs, cursor stability, r, repeatable read, and there is unread cursor, unreadable cursor, I think an IUR or an UC, like that. And there is release. This is also important. Like if you will bind the member with release option, so like it is writing the our table, so it will release the it release the log during the time of writing as well, or reading, you can say, or reading. But in commit case, there is another option is commit. If you will write commit, like we table is writing, and reading. So what will he do? It will not release log, it will not release log until it complete. Okay, and you know very well what is plan. Output of the bind JCL will be plan, and it is executable. Now let's go to the execution JCL. In execution JCL, we combine both the load module and plan. During the execution, timestamp run supervisor utility will check. There is one timestamp run supervisor utility which will check the timestamp between the load module and plan. If the timestamp is same in load module and plan, our execution JCL will complete successfully. If there is mismatch, then it will append with SQL code -818. Okay, thank you guys. That's all from my side. Please subscribe the channel and like the video and comment on the video and share as much as you can share. Thank you very much.